يواصل العدو السعودي المجرم حصاره الظالم والغاشم على شعبنا العزيز لما يقارب 12 عاما من نهب للثروات وحصار شامل على الموانئ والمطارات برا وبحرا وجوا، بما فاقم معاناة شعبنا العظيم، حتى وصل الحال إلى مستوى لا يطاق بدون أي حق أو مبرر له في ذلك، وهذا ما لا يمكن القبول به أو السكوت عليه، لأنه لا يستند إلى حق أو مسوغ قانوني أو إنساني، وليس له أي مشروعية، فهو حصار باطل وعدواني، ونتائجه كارثية في معاناة شعبنا اليمني العزيز، مع ابتدائه أيضا بالعدوان على بلدنا باستهداف مطار صنعاء الدولي في عدوان ظالم غادر. فلا يمكن لشعبنا أن يعاني من الحصار الظالم ويعتدى عليه دون أن يكون له موقف، فشعبنا العظيم هو شعب مؤمن مجاهد، شعب الإيمان والحكمة، وصاحب قضية عادلة، وله الحق الكامل في مواجهة هذا الحصار والعدوان الظالم بكل الوسائل المتاحة. أولا، تعلن القوات المسلحة اليمنية حظر الملاحة البحرية على العدو السعودي المجرم وفق معادلة الحصار بالحصار، وسيدخل حيز التنفيذ من لحظة إعلان هذا البيان. ثانيا، نؤكد على حق شعبنا العظيم في مواجهة الحصار بالحصار والتصعيد الشامل بالتصعيد الشامل وتثبيت هذه المعادلة. ثالثا، تؤكد القوات المسلحة اليمنية جهوزيتها الكاملة لكافة الخيارات، وأن أي حماقة يقدم عليها العدو السعودي الأرعن من خلال التصعيد الشامل فسنواجه بتصعيد شامل وقاس بإذن الله وقوته. رابعا، ندعو أبناء شعبنا العظيم لمواصلة التعبئة العامة والنفير العام والاستعداد التام لكل السيناريوهات والتطورات والإسناد للجبهات بالمقاتلين. خامسا، نوجه التحية بإعزاز وإجلال لأبناء شعبنا اليمني العظيم الذي خرج في مليونية التحذير والنفير بشكل لا مثيل له، ونؤكد له أننا لن نألو جهدا في استرداد حقوقه المنهوبة وإنهاء الحصار الظالم عنه مهما كانت النتائج والتداعيات.
I think CENTCOM has laid it out exactly what the objectives are. The only reason why the U.S. is conducting strikes is against assets of Iran that are being used to attack global commercial shipping. The Straits of Hormuz are international waterway, and they continue to launch against ships in that international waterway. Other countries should join us in this effort, but the United States is involved not just in protecting those ships, but in targeting the places that they use to launch these missiles and drones. So that's what you're seeing, that's what the objective of this mission, and that's what it continues to be. And we continue on a daily basis very successfully to degrade Iran's ability to target and ships. You hear about the ships that have been struck, you don't hear about the ones that have been defended and the ones they haven't been able to launch against. But as long as Iran insists on controlling an international waterway, we're going to have to respond to that.
What's the mistake for the diplomatic off-ramp still? Do you believe that
I think we're always open to diplomacy. It has to be real. It has to be a deal that they're willing to live by. Look, Iran a week ago was supposed to put out a statement saying that the Straits of Hormuz would be open, that they would no longer attack shipping. And instead of doing that, they attacked 3 ships. I think that was last Friday or Saturday. So, I mean, their behavior has to change in order for ours to change.
Is the MOU dead?
What?
Is the MOU dead, or are we just back at full-scale war?
Well, they're not complying with it. I mean, the straits are supposed to be open, free of tolls, free of attack, free of all the things they're doing against these ships. So you can't have an MOU that's alive if they're violating the terms of it. What I will say is that the United States always remains open to a diplomatic solution. We've tried multiple times with Iran, and we'll continue to try. If that door opens, we'll be happy to see it open. But and they continue to send signals that they want to talk, that they want to negotiate. But their behavior is what we're responding to. And their behavior is they're launching missiles and drones against ships, including tonight.
What was your reaction to the president saying he wanted to charge a 20% toll on cargo in the
Yeah, but I think what the president was saying basically is that the United States, okay, every night is taking on the burden of protecting global shipping. Virtually none of those vessels are flagged U.S. Almost none of those vessels are delivering cargo or fuel to the United States. So we are basically providing the service of protecting these ships on behalf of the world, and we're the only ones doing anything about it. So what the president is basically raising the point is, at some point, the countries and the nations benefiting from the shipping through the straits should be able to step forward and provide at least financial assistance for the cost of providing this very valuable service. That's what the president was alluding to. Now, he pointed out after the fact as well that some of the countries who are shipping product through the Straits are investing hundreds of billions of dollars in the United States, and he'll credit that towards them as far as this effort. But I do think the world is coming to a point now where it's clear that Iran, at least some people in Iran, want to control the Straits and hold that as leverage against the world. And the world has to decide whether or not it's going to allow an international waterway to be under the control of a country like this, which is completely illegal, unlawful, and unacceptable. The United States will do and continue to do what it needs to protect global shipping, but other countries need to begin to step up and provide, whether it's hardware or finances, to help carry that burden. It is not the United States' job to protect shipping for the entire planet forever.
Can you tell us about your meeting with the Lebanese president today?
Very positive this morning. You know, I think, as I said, the future of Lebanon, the best thing that could happen for Lebanon is to have a government, a legitimate government, his government, that controls the country. The biggest problem Lebanon has is that you have a political movement that also has an armed militia that is not just well armed and trained and equipped and financed by Iran, but they use that to conduct terrorism, particularly against northern Israel. And that as long as that problem exists, Lebanon will never truly be at peace. And so how do you defeat Hezbollah? How do you replace Hezbollah? You defeat and replace them with a government that is strong enough to be the sole source of arms in the country. And so we lost people in Jordan after there was a strike. A missile got through. We shot down almost all the missiles. One leaked through, hit the wrong place, and tragically, and it's heartbreaking. And our hearts go out to these families. These are heroes that pay the ultimate price. We also lost a service member in Iraq unrelated to combat. I think CENTCOM has laid it out exactly what the objectives are. The only reason why the U.S. is conducting strikes is against assets of Iran that are being used to attack global commercial shipping. The Straits of Hormuz are international waterway, and they continue to launch against ships in that international waterway. Other countries should join us in this effort, but the United States is involved not just in protecting those ships, but in targeting the places that they use to launch these missiles and drones. So that's what you're seeing. That's what the objective of this mission, and that's what it continues to be. And we continue on a daily basis very successfully to degrade Iran's ability to target and ships. You hear about the ships that have been struck. You don't hear about the ones that have been defended and the ones they haven't been able to launch against. But as long as Iran insists on controlling an international waterway, we're going to have